Good day, good day, everybody. Thank y'all for coming back to another video where we're spreading the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It's trading knowledge and just really just bringing to the forefront a lot of these things that may have some misconceptions in regards to trading. And this is one that I don't really know too many people that talk about, but this is something that I have for my trading. I got it from my mentor. So I'm definitely gonna share it with y'all. And this is essentially an experience that I recently came across in the markets this past Friday on March 6th. So let's get into the example. So yeah, in this example, I wanted to just bring up like it's a risk to reward thing. And why do I say it's a risk to reward? Want to clarify and like dig deeper into why I say this is a risk to reward thing. Because it's not about like the risk to reward that I'm saying when you enter your trade. Um, but it is about like the risk to reward, like if you show up late to a trade, right? So like a lot of times I've actually been like, a minute, few seconds, couple minutes late to a trade. And when I trade on these lower time frames, sometimes the market just leaves me. You know what I'm saying? It's gone. It's gone. It's bye bye. We'll see you next week. But sometimes, you know, it 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 not only leaves, but sometimes the market it it gives me my confirmation, and I can be a minute two, but it can still be floating around where the initial entry price was. But regardless, no matter whether it's too far, you think it's too far, or whether you think what I'm saying it done pull back, or whether it's still in the same area, it's still about a risk to reward ultimately. And what I mean by that is that like even if you're late, like if your risk to reward is still good, if your risk to reward is still good in the sense that like you can eat, you can get some meat off this bones to get to your target, then you can wisely potentially enter. Of course, this is something that you need to practice. This is something that you need to, you know, having your plan too. You don't just begin in trades late, really, because you know what I'm saying, like you haven't got to your target yet. No, it's about the risk reward if you get into your trades late. Okay, so let's clarify. So if you get into your trades, if you happen to get to a trade late, it's about a risk reward thing. Okay, and that's what the focus is. If you come to a trade late, it's about the risk reward. Whether it determines if you either get in or you don't get in. And excuse me. So on this entry opportunity here, the confirmation came in here, right? Um, in the lower time frame, the candle closed up in here. So this trade would be as the position tool tape states, a 1 to 2, right? But shortly after that, or maybe it pulled back and then it continued. So like the entry came somewhere down here 9:40. I was not around fixing fixing the car. It was the coolant was leaking. So I didn't come to the markets until a whole 1 hour later. But I'm like, oh my goodness, this is one of my setups, right? So at the time of me coming, this candle was like way up here, and the risk to reward was essentially like it was backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like the risk was greater than my reward. So then I allowed for the market to pull back within this candle. You know what I'm saying? Then it flipped. The reward was here and the risk was down here. I was like, okay, we're good. Let's go ahead and enter in this bad boy. So from there, though we are late, you can still see that the risk reward is still a 1 to 1. See what I'm saying? So this is why I say it's the risk reward thing because worst case scenario you lose the trade, right? So you still have to be prepared for that. Whenever you are entering trade, you got to make sure you understand you detach from that money and it could be gone from your account, right? Technically, it is gone from your account until it either confirms the loss or confirms the win, or you pull it out. Um. So yeah. So based off that, the risk reward was still there, there was opportunity for someone to get in this trade based off the plan, um, this plan that I have, right? But let's say, you came to this trade late and you're here, this is risk $1 to make 50 cents, and you might not want to do something like that. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to entering a trade late, it's about a risk to reward thing. And hopefully I made sense today in regards to expressing like how if you show up late to the market, or you get your entry confirmations late, that you can still potentially enter your trade. Not saying that it always happens, but sometimes there is opportunity, right? Like as we see, the market did a lot of dancing around before, end up pushing up higher to my CTP. It did a lot of it danced around for a whole hour, so if someone was present and sitting there, they could have partaken in this opportunity had the risk reward gotten in their favor. But now it's not like this all the time. Like I said, sometimes, the market just, it breaks and then it takes off. And we're not here to trace trade. We're not going to chase trades. We need to have our entry confirmations, and then we need to have filters. Filters are, what I'm saying, like having a proper risk reward. That is one of my filters. So if the risk reward is backwards, I don't enter into the trade. But the risk reward is in my favor, then I enter into this trade. So um at the time of me coming, like I said, at the time of me coming, the risk to reward, my entry, I seen my entry confirmation. I noticed I was way late to it, but I noticed that we were still in the area. At the time I seen it, the risk reward was backwards. However, in that, in those minutes or whatever, price did pull back, risk reward was in my favor, and then I was able to execute with a favorable risk reward in regards to my trading plan. So again, guys, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to entering late into a trade, it's about risk reward. I'm not saying chase trades. I'm not saying be anxious. I'm not saying miss out. When it comes to entering trade late, you need to have a plan. You need to have already tested this. And then you need to execute based off risk to reward if that is something that you're willing to do. Now, some people can just say, oh, I missed my entry, let it go. I was once like that. But why? Why? When you still had a great opportunity to partake in this good opportunity. So again, make sure y'all test this out. Make sure y'all like, also write in your plan if this is something you're gonna do. And then only execute it late, late on your trade entry confirmations. After you got your entry confirmations, if the risk reward is still favorable. So it's about a risk reward thing. Hopefully y'all got something from this video. If y'all don't, if y'all didn't, if it's confusing, hey, just let me know so I can run it back, explain it a different way, bring some more examples. Even, what I'm saying, maybe do some live chart edits so it makes more sense. So it makes more sense on how it can look when it comes to live market. It's lonely and it's very scary when you're in live market. But anyway, thank y'all for watching this video. Y'all stay blessed by the best. God always.